Okay, so just to go through with what P.O.C. is inside of the room, the state is engaging in, there is noise that comes from behind this refrigerator wall. It is a loud thumping sound, and it is used to mirror my activity. It's creating noise inside of the room as I move. It did it just now as I picked up this phone in order to start speaking to P.O.C. of activity creation in the room. But as I picked up the phone, that same noise occurs. The state, again, as I've already documented, uses a television. The state is controlling the TV, turning it on and off, also controlling the functionality of it by using the menus, turning on the guide. It's just creating visual activity and also light activity in doing so. That is a means of activity creation inside of the room. And the other means is controlling the operation of this cooler, where I keep it on the same manual setting. And this is a Comfort series. This is an old machine. It is not designed to operate by itself, and it is not operating by itself. Actually, what is occurring is the state is manipulating the electrical power that it receives, such that it remains on the same function, and the state is literally engaged in providing sufficient power so that it runs in the mode that it's set to, and then lessening that power that's allotted to it such that it stops running and cool. It makes a noise as it reverts to that function of not running and cool, and it just blows air, which keeps it hot inside of the room. And the state uses that as it desires. It's just a method of activity. It is alternated with use of the TV. It's alternated with use of the thumping sound that comes from behind the refrigerator at the wall area. It alternates with the amplified sound of planes and helicopters. It alternates with the sound of third parties that remain planted outside of my room, third parties that hit the walls. The state that engages in amplified sound where it sounds like the room is cracking. That's the state creating all manner of noise inside of the room, and they are doing so by using inanimate objects to create activity inside of my room, in addition to that which it amplifies in sound from outside inside of the room. I have just gone on what we could call an expedition, as I literally traveled from this third-party facilitating venue where P.O.C. is ceaselessly underway, and I engaged in showing how the state is engaged in a ceaseless operation of state stalking, and that state stalking conduct is what prefaces all other facts that I am showing, which is the operation of a system of group stalking, where third parties are not coincidentally engaging in conduct that just so happens to create activity where you are monitoring with communication devices. I am showing how the state and third parties are acting in concert. The third parties are group stalkers because they are present in relevant position, creating activity while monitoring. They're doing so with a criminal motive to monitor with communication devices in concert with the state that is the stalker. The state is the public entity that is operating a state system of targeting that is stalking, and it is doing that through and in concert with the people of the state of California who are present on behalf of that stalker, hence the term group stalking. And that's literally what I captured as I left third-party facilitating venue Economy Inn on Thursday, September 9th last night, and walked north of Euclid Avenue. P.O.C. underway the entire way, airplanes flying over me as I walked the entire way, plane and helicopter over me, okay? The state engaging in all manner of stalking conduct and activity conduct, the same impossible light activity conduct, and third parties acting in concert to that. And that's exactly what I documented. And as I remain, what I am showing is how the state is engaged in that same criminal system while I am inside of any space. It is occurring while I'm inside of this room at this venue where the employees and patrons and people that aren't even patrons, they just literally enter onto the premises in order to engage in P.O.C. Irrespective of their status, it is irrelevant. I'm showing how the system is unhindered. It is operating at all times and at all places. It is currently 6:35 a.m. and I recently just captured that it's 2 airplanes flying directly over. It's not funny. It's just that my reaction is that the facts against the state are so ridiculous, and they continue to engage in the conduct that I'm publishing on the internet, and in no way, even conducting itself as though it's trying to not engage in the stalking conduct. Under the statute, they are engaged in stalking conduct. That is how the law would treat any individual. That is how the law will treat the entity, the state of California, engaged in the exact same conduct. So that's P.O.C. It is 6:35 a.m.